Hi, everyone, and welcome to this new podcast. Today, we have the pleasure to host Luki with us. Luki, we met in person, actually, in Paris when you hosted a side event with Sui, and you had a meetup for women, Suisterhood meetup. And this was amazing. I really loved the vibe and how you led the meetup. I would like to talk a little bit about you, Luki, because you inspire women as well in the space. And this is what we do with this podcast. We inspire women in Web3. So, Luki, you are the head of ecosystem and strategy at Chainbase, and you're also a founding member of Suisterhood, the women community within the Sui ecosystem. Today, we will learn more about you, but I'm very happy to see your profile in the space and see how you bridge the different walls and contribute to the ecosystem. So, as a first question, of what I understood, you come from the banking sector. Can you tell us a little bit how did you make that career path? How did you start, and what motivated you to move into Web3?
Yeah, thank you so much, Lori, for having me. This is great. It was nice meeting you in person in Paris as well. It was such a good event. So how I started in Web3, it was like you mentioned, I was in banking sector and it was very traditional, very centralized. And I'm still very loyal to my previous employer. I went to the United States when I was 14, and then after college, I just started my career in banking, the same company. I've been there for about 10 years because, as I mentioned, I'm very loyal. If I feel it's home, then I will do my best to make sure the company also succeed with me being the contributor. However, the centralized way was the traditional banking system was slow, and also I didn't get to see the outside world. So I was always in that small city. It's really not a small city, but the medium-sized city. Um, and my traveling was only probably once every 3 years or 4 years. Really didn't get to see what the world looks like outside of that city or outside of the state. And then I started to think I don't want to be a young banker, and then I go from a young banker to an old banker. And then I went to a lot of conferences, which is the banking conferences, and we're lobbying for banking regulations. And at the same time, we were there was a lot of criticism against crypto and Bitcoin in general. People didn't really know more about blockchain, but people are talking about Bitcoin a lot of times a few years ago. So that made me wanting to explore a little bit more. And then I met some strategists in the crypto world. They consult companies who are wanting to navigate the crypto narratives in their roadmap. So I met the lady who kind of uh leads the strategy for different companies. And she's the consultant. She told me about crypto. She told me about blockchain in general. Then I started to do more research and started to like take some online courses and stuff like that. They're all free, which is amazing. And then I did my homework regarding blockchain, what blockchain was about. And during the time, it was more of a public goods. That's the narrative where public goods was a blossom. And I learned about the carbon credits. I learned about how are we able to use blockchain to actually close the gap of like global um, gaps, such as economic gaps or such as connection, social gaps. So that actually motivated me to get into crypto to understand the sustainability of economy and also globalization. And because crypto is a small world, and I met the someone who's very important to me in the space, and she introduced me to Chainbase. And Chainbase, good thing Chainbase is a very infrastructure based project, and I started very early with the team. So I learned about blockchain. I learned about the the nodes, RPCs, and validator and everything. And then started to talk to different projects as well. So got myself a little bit more wet into the system. But yeah, so I started with the Chainbase, and then I met Sui because we also validate Sui network. Chainbase validates for Sui, and also we digest, or we have their data base in our system as well. So then I became a really proactive at getting to know more about Sui and getting to know the foundation. And I'm based in Greece, and Sui Hub actually, Sui was building their Sui Hub in Greece last year, and now it's already here. So I met the team in Greece, and two founders of Sui also from Greece. So they're Greek founders. So we got connected, and then I just ever since I started to work closely with them, I went to the Sui Hub for co-working, and I started to meet the people who are advocate for the roadmap of a Sui Connect, of a Sui network. Then we had some brainstorming, and then thought about, yeah, a woman, empowering woman initiative will be really good for Sui network, because the technology is there. Now they're onboarding more developers, and we want to empower more women founders, leaders, and developers to build on Sui. And the ecosystem is so good, and also the technology is really easy to grasp. So that's how everything got kind of throw them into one place. With the Suisterhood, it's really falling on my lap. And with the Chainbase, thanks to Chainbase, that brought me to Sui.
Yes.
And also with Chainbase, that got me exercise a lot of different angles of Web3.
This is what I wanted to ask you as well at Chainbase. What are you learning? What are you doing?
Like right now or before?
No, right now, yes, yes,
What am doing, like specifically on my
yes,
day to day?
yeah. Just for everyone to understand, what's your role within Chainbase?
Yeah, so Chainbase really as a startup, it's really difficult for us to tell you what exactly those are my job descriptions.
Yes,
Because what I've been doing are not, probably 80% of them are not on a job description. And I think for everyone who is entering the Web3 space, it needs to have that expectation. So with the Chainbase, we have two sectors. We have the data network, and we have the staking business as well.
okay,
So for the data network, what I want to do and what I am expected to do is bringing strategic partners and understand what our product strategy is as well. So because we're building every project, every startup has its own project and own product.
yeah,
So we're building different products. The token could be one product, and like some sort of a platform, a terminal could be a product. API could be a product. So those are the products that Chainbase has. And what I'm doing is strategize each product and how we can actually onboard builders, ecosystem partners, or projects who can collaborate with the Chainbase. So a lot of understanding of the narratives and the market sentiment, and also understand the regional interest in order for us to strategize our collaboration partners. So that is the main part for Chainbase. Of course, in the past, I have done a lot of different things, reviewing contracts and etc. And right now, we also have our staking business to understand how to actually generate more yields by having the assets. So either validate for certain networks or do some other pricing strategy in order to get more compound assets we have on book.
okay,
So
very
sort of things
interesting.
I do for Chainbase. Right now, because of the market, we do a lot of research, understand the regulations, and understand how we can play a part in stablecoin era. And then with the Suisterhood, what I'm doing right now is we have Suisterhood is more of a connection platform, right? Like we connect all the women to build together. We build together with Sui. So it's Sui Foundation give us this platform for us to get connected with people like you. So we're very thankful for that. And now we're providing a product management course for
Yes.
the one who want to learn more about products. Especially in Web3, most of the product managers are the CEOs. So it's really hard to have a product manager dedicated to shape certain product. And we have a lot of women who want to get into the space. We have a lot of women who are already in the space but want to accelerate their career. So that's why if they don't want to be a developer, product manager will help them to shape their career, accelerate it. Because they already understand the network, they already understand crypto, the ecosystem. And now they just need to understand how actually product works in Web3. So that's one thing we're doing in Sisterhood is providing that education content as well.
So it's for already known level. It's not for a beginner.
It is, I will say it will be helpful if this person understands crypto because some of the homework that will be assigned is doing more research about certain projects on Sui, right?
Yeah.
So it will be nice if this person knows DeFi. Like
Yes.
what do you mean by decentralization? If you have no idea, then it's gonna be hard for us to give you the background knowledge. So one thing is it will be nice for them to know, but we can always provide education for them to understand a little deeper. Mainly we will say small amount of a background knowledge will be good, but not required. Because our main modules are teaching them what is product management.
Yes.
So that is similar to Web3 and Web2. And then we will introduce a high level of understanding of move language. They don't have to know how to code. It's more of understand what vibe coding really is. How do
Yes.
you deploy? What those words are like lingo are about. And then after that, the tokenization and also the community comes into play. So that actually needs a little bit more of um understanding of how crypto really works as a community. So tokens, incentivization, how do you grow community? All those and marketing skills, matrix, they're all different than Web2.
Yes,
So
indeed.
that will be specifically targeted at Web3 enthusiasts or participants. But we have a mentor who is very knowledgeable regarding this topic. So we will give the students a very holistic way of understanding how it works.
Okay, amazing. So this is a cohort for women, right?
Yes.
Okay, okay. And it's you already launched the first one.
No, no,
No?
no. This is our first one.
Ah, okay. Okay. But it's fully booked, no?
It is fully booked because we have 300 applicants and we only selected 150 because
Wow.
it's our first one. So we want to be more, how do I say, selective on our first one because we also want to get the feedback from the people. We wanted to build it together
Yes.
instead of just us putting out the curriculum. We're building this together with their feedback. So for this time, we limit to 150, but we want to make sure those women are serious about the whole the course.
Okay, okay. Amazing. That's great to hear. It's very a great initiative, and indeed, as in the space, the mindset is different in Web3. It's something very important, and it needs to be addressed in a different way because if you come from Web 2, then you need to understand the different layers of Web 3 and what are the products. As you said, it's different. So, and this is where sometimes I feel there is a gap, is the misunderstanding of what is Web 3 and how it is shaped. Um, So it's very good to put that into a course and be able to explain it, very making a focus on it, because this is very concrete. It's something concrete that you can explain to your participants. It's what is it actually, not just the theory around what is decentralization that
Right,
someone can do on their own, but what is the
right.
products? What is this next wave of Web3 products? How does it look like? What are we building actually? That's
Yeah,
that's very important to have this focus on concrete use cases on products, because this is what helps people understand the space as well and see where we can go and what can be the different ideas that can be launched. So it's very
right.
very interesting that you focus on the products. Adding, yes, when you were talking about Chainbase and your role at Chainbase, I was wondering, how is your relationship with the partners? Who are they? How do you target them? And how is their level of knowledge about Web3?
Uh, the partners, are you mentioning more about the like the when we talk about partners, we have different like the marketing partners and we have technical partners. So, what kind of a partners are you speaking to?
I was more thinking, I thought maybe that you were doing more business development and finding clients to whom to sell the products of Chainbase. Because you mentioned that there were many products that Chainbase are developing. So I was thinking, are you the one who is selling those products to clients?
We don't sell the project, so it's not about selling. It's really about collaborating with them and how do we benefit each other.
Okay.
So with clients, so in the past, we're more of a SaaS project. Yes, there's some selling going on for people to understand how to use blockchain data and etc. And then we can integrate our technology with their projects so that it goes under that infrastructure level in order for them to build projects and also get the blockchain data so that they don't have to think about running different nodes in order to get blockchain data. And how Chainbase does it, we're not just doing indexing, because indexing, it's easy. There are a lot of services that are doing indexing. So what we're doing is we decentralized the whole network. We provided the framework for the developers to understand how to deploy different data pipelines.
Mm-hmm.
So with the partners, yes, we partner with projects such as AI agents or launchpads in order for them to understand or sync chain-based data so that when they have AI agents that are being deployed on their system, they can just go have an inquiry call to chain-based API in order to get the blockchain data into their AI agents for better inference. And that's one thing of the partners. And second thing is I'm also kind of acting like a DevRel, if you will. If it's more of onboarding developers to build with the Chainbase. So we have the framework out there, just like all those AI agent framework out there. We have it out there. Now we're encouraging other developers to build with the Chainbase. Say if you're building a project so that need blockchain data, but it's not out there yet. Like nobody was doing the abstracting service for this specific data you need. And you can use Chainbase framework in order to get the blockchain data into your system. And you can list those data pipeline as your asset. So you can get incentivized. You can use it as your asset. So it will be benefit others for utilizing same parameter of the data pipeline you have, and also get incentivized by sharing your knowledge.
Okay.
So that is the main goal of partnering up with the projects who are actually using data from blockchain. And right now there's like a lot of sentiments on crypto Twitter data, right? So how does crypto Twitter data and all the facts together combine impact the blockchain pricing fluctuation?
Mm-hmm.
And for example, if someone is, well, this will be bad example, but like Tong Li, he bought a lot of ETH. But say if it's someone else who bought a lot of altcoin, and we have that analyzed without really exposing who bought it, but
Yeah.
there's a whale who bought it, along with a certain news, combine them together, we can really have a holistic view of how those different things are fluctuating the market. So we have developers who are building those projects, those analysis, or providing different earning strategies. They all use those data. So right now, we do believe that the whole hyper data network, which combines all the data together, we can really shape it and put them together into different boxes in order to come up with the strategies of what we need to do in crypto.
Okay. And where do you see Chainbase going? What's the evolution of Chainbase?
So Chainbase went from SaaS project, it's a very Web2 project, to decentralized network, right? And it's not an easy process. We launched our token last month. Um, right now we're still exploring. We're still exploring with our developers with the products we're building. Um, so as I mentioned, we're doing more study about stable coins. We're doing more study about RWAs. And right now, understanding the regulations in different regions, we want to make sure the data that's being shared is being incentivized as well. So how we can combine everything together, that's our roadmap, is we're still doing the research on that. Right now, what we have been building is great. We're still expanding developer group and collaborations, but the back end, we're doing some really deep research about how data can come into play.
Okay. And what would you tell someone that who would like to learn more about Chainbase?
Yeah, well, Chainbase is actually we're open community. Come to Discord, follow Chainbase HQ. Um, and you can always follow me as well on Twitter. And yeah, it's a open. We have like Twitter. We have Telegram groups that are targeted at Chinese speakers, Korean speakers, Turkish, and English. So we have a lot of people who are participating. It's very easy to understand Chainbase's diagram if you go on the website. But if someone wants to contribute and build with Chainbase, feel free to come to Discord and also join the Telegram.
Okay, amazing. Good to know. And in terms of being a woman in this space, how do you feel as working at Chainbase as a woman?
Um, Funny you say that. I think it's not like an action item, but because I told you we also run this staking business, and for DeFi business, especially for like staking, we did one side event 2 years ago. We only had two women who were there, and one of them was me. And I think it's not intimidating for me. And I think for anyone who is entering the space, shouldn't feel intimidated as a woman. We should feel special. And I feel special that I was one of the only women there. And be humble, because a lot of those things, I have to be honest, DeFi is not my specialty.
Mm-hmm.
So then I was humble and I was asking my guy friends about DeFi projects. How do they make money? What really does it mean to have a alpha neutral strategy, that kind of thing. So I had to do a lot of research and asking around, but I felt very special in the group and people are very willing to teach. Um, But yeah, so not being intimidated is the action item for everybody.
It's a great lesson what you share that being humble about, okay, I'm interested by the space, but I'm not familiar with one pillar of it, DeFi, and please share with me what you know, your expertise, your tips and everything, and makes you feel welcome and also appreciated for who you are. So it's a good lesson that you share for all the women out there maybe are shy to go and attend to an event, but that's also
Yeah.
okay. We all started somewhere. So, and we
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
have to know everything. So it's also very important.
One thing that I would say is I got turned off when someone was kind of a boasting her or himself up and act like they know everything. That kills the vibe that I wanted to have with them.
Yeah,
If being humble and yes, I appreciate and celebrate your success, but also on the same time that when I'm seeking for support, you're seeking for support, we should still be human, having that authentic interaction instead of having the wall up and build like blow yourself up as a bubble.
yeah.
And then it's hard for people to get closer to you and really understand what you need.
Very good. Thank you very much, Luki, for sharing all of your, all not, but maybe part of your journey in the Web3 space and also what you are contributing to with Sisterhood for empowering more women in Web3 and giving them bringing some skills, additional skills for them to elevate their career in the space, which is very important as well, not only to enter, but also to elevate their career. I'm very happy that we had the chance to host you today. Thank you very much for coming. And I really hope we will get the opportunity to meet again at another event and somewhere around the world because we like both to travel. So I'm I'm very happy, Luki. Thank you very much for sharing your journey with us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.